Alright, so let's get into Blastoise here. Blastoise is a mono water type Pokemon, which means he's not going to have an overabundance of either weaknesses or resistances. He's a fairly well balanced Pokemon, and that is reflected in his stats as well. So if you look at his HP stat, it's actually 79, so it's not terribly low or terribly high, it's just pretty much middle ground. However, his defense is 100 and his special defense is 105. So he's actually fairly bulky when taking that middle ground HP and adding that reasonably good defense and special defense. He can take some hits and keep on moving through. His attack is 83 and his special attack is 85. So they're pretty close, but you are probably going to be looking at him more on the special attack side of things, which we are going to look at in this video, especially due to the fact of his new attack that he gets, Shell Smash, in this generation. So that's going to raise the special attack, the attack, and the speed of the Pokemon by 2 stages, and that's going to really be devastating. So we're definitely going to take a look at that in a little bit. And then his speed is going to be 78, same thing, nice middle ground, not crazy low, not crazy high, literally just right there in the middle. So with the right nature and the right supplements, he could actually have a very decent speed in battle, especially once a Shell Smash goes off and he's got a +2 speed. So Blastoise does have 2 different abilities that he can learn in this generation. The first one is going to be Torrent. This is not the hidden ability, this is the regular ability, and this is going to power up water type moves when the Pokemon's HP is low. So basically what Torrent is going to do is it's going to raise the special attack of the Blastoise by 50% when you're using a water type move. Now this ability isn't rare, we actually see it pretty frequently in some other Pokemon, but it is a decent ability. It's not useless, it has value. So if you get a Blastoise or Squirtle and it doesn't have the hidden ability, that's okay, because this Torrent still does have application, especially if you're going to be building a modest build, then it definitely has the possibility of being used to get that bonus damage. And just a quick little edit here, guys, Torrent will also boost the physical attack too. So if you are building a Blastoise with physical moves, Torrent will affect the physical, not just the special attack. Again, make sure you're using a water type move for that to actually work. Okay guys, so the other ability that Blastoise has access to is the hidden ability, and that is Rain Dish. I am a big fan of Rain Dish. I'm running this on a couple different sets that I have, and I really like it. It's very useful, and what this is going to do is the Pokemon is gradually regaining HP in the rain. So it's really cool. It's a nice way to get some more HP for yourself, especially if you're running a defensive type set, a walls type set, then this can actually be a nice little boost for your Blastoise. So obviously you're going to set up a rain, whether it's with a Dynamax move or a Pokemon that will just automatically set up the rain when it comes out, or a rain dance, and then you're going to start getting 1/16 of your HP back every turn. So in conjunction with a couple different things, you can get a lot of HP every turn for your Blastoise. Okay, so earlier we talked about the Blastoise being only a mono-type water Pokemon, and that's not going to come with a whole lot of resistances or weaknesses, but he does have 4 different resistances. And the nice thing is, some of these are typings that we see pretty frequently, so to cut those in half and use them as a resistance is actually pretty nice. And those are going to be your steel types, fire, water, and ice type Pokemon. So we are seeing lots of steel type moves. Obviously, it's pretty frequent to have a Pokemon, at least one in your party that has a steel type move. Fire moves are always going to be a thing. Water and ice Pokemon are, well, water specifically is definitely a Pokemon typing that I see fairly frequently, especially with now Lapras's Gmax being able to be used in VGC. And I know somebody's going to mention it in the comments, but yes, I know Lapras is a water ice type. I know it is, but there is not an overabundance of ice types that I see being used, with the exception of the occasional Ice Q and of course Lapras. As far as weaknesses goes, he only has 2 weaknesses, so he does have a better ratio weakness to resistance. However, these are typings that we do see a little bit. Grass and electric, it is 2 times weak against. Electric, I don't see a terrible amount of electric mons being used a lot. You do see the occasional Raichu or Alolan Raichu, but not too many terribly often in the kind of realm of competitive at the moment. But you do see it, but a lot of Pokemon do have electric type moves on them. For example, an Arcanine with Wild Charge. So just be careful that you don't want to get surprised. Try to know your Pokemon that are going to have those electric moves that are going to come out against you. And same thing with grass. There are some Pokemon that are being used, like Whimsicott, for example, that will obviously have access to grass moves, being a Grassmon, but also something like a Surfetched. Just be careful that you don't go against one that's got Tailwind, you haven't sped up, or you got slowed down, and now it's using Leaf Blade and it's got a leak on it, so it's critting you for a grass attack at massive damage and probably 1KOing your Blastoise. So just be careful, know the Pokemon, what they can use, so you don't get kind of caught with your Blastoise's pants down. Alright, so the first moveset that we're going to look at, this is going to be a pretty straightforward DPSing type set. This is going to favor special attack. So the EV spread is going to be 252 into special attack, 252 into speed, and then the other 6, throw it into whatever you feel more comfortable with. I just threw it into HP. And then you can rock either a Life Orb or Leftovers on this. Now this could be dependent on whether or not you have Torrent or Rain Dish. It could be if you want to stack the Leftovers with the Rain Dish by setting up a Rain. It really depends on what you want to do. But with the special attack on there, you probably are going to want to add the Life Orb, so you're giving yourself even more damage. As far as nature, you can rock either Timid or Modest. Timid's obviously going to speed you up a little bit more, which is going to help the Shell Smash, and Modest obviously is going to boost your special attack more. So either way, you're really kind of okay on either terms. I think most people are probably going to go Timid. I do like doing Modest on this because I'm already getting a +2 on speed anyways from Shell Smash. Now with the moveset, obviously we're doing Shell Smash, so again, this is going to raise your attack, your special attack, and your speed by 2 stages. Just keep in mind, it is going to also lower your defense and special defense, so you're going to get a little squishier, so you want to make sure that you have something like a Togekiss that can use Follow Me or something like that. Now we're also going to have Scald on here, Aura Sphere, and Ice Beam. Now obviously there are different moves that you can supplement in as per your game style, your gameplay style. Like you could put Hydro Pump instead of Scald, especially if you're gonna Dynamax the Blastoise, and then you're gonna have that extra damage on Hydro Pump there without the worry of missing. So there's a lot of different ways that you can really customize the moveset that you're going to use, but this is a pretty straightforward moveset for you. Aura Sphere, never gonna miss, so that's great. You're not gonna have to worry about missing a turn and then all of a sudden you're taking damage for no reason. Ice Beam, very solid choice. And Scald, you can never go wrong with Scald. So the next set is going to be a little bit more complicated, not terribly hard or anything, but a little bit more detailed. So we're going to be building this more of a wall, more of a bulky boy set here. So the EV spread is going to look like 252 into HP, 126 into defense, and 132 into special defense. And the reason I give the little bit of bonus over special defense to defense is simply because I seem to come across a little bit more special attack oriented Pokemon than I do defensive oriented Pokemon that I feel could be a threat to the Blastoise. Always the one-offs, like I said earlier. The Surfetched with that Leaf Blade is definitely something that could hurt. That is a physical attack, but for the most part I think the special defense is kind of where I wanted to focus. You could obviously fiddle with these EVs as well, even lower the defense a little bit more, boost the special defense, or vice versa, or just go straight into one or the other. Now with this set, we are going to be using Leftovers. Because we have Aqua Ring on here, and we also have Rain Dish. So with Leftovers, Rain Dish, and Aqua Ring, we actually have 3 different ways of getting HP per turn. So Leftovers obviously is going to give us that extra HP at the end of every turn. Everybody knows what Leftovers is. Rain Dish, the same thing, but Aqua Ring will do the same thing, but depending on if it's sunny day or not, will actually give us even more HP per turn. So if you set up an Aqua Ring and then you set up a Rain Dance, and well, that's great. You've got Rain Dish healing you, you've got Leftovers healing you. You're not going to get the crazy bonus off of sunny day for Aqua Ring, but you're still getting healed. So it's still very nice, especially with a bulky set. We're obviously going to put Protect on here for a bulky set because we'll actually get the benefit of defending, of course, with Protect to make sure that threats aren't hitting us, give us a chance for our other Pokemon to kill whatever's attacking, but also give us that extra turn of healing from the Rain Dish, the Aqua Ring, and the Leftovers. Man, say Aqua Ring 3 times and you'll have a tongue twister, guys. So anyways, that's what we're really looking at, is survivability and healing ourselves. So those are the 2 most important for this for this moveset is Protect and Aqua Ring. Now we also have Aura Sphere on here again because it's not going to miss. It doesn't have an accuracy check. You're just going to be able to hit every time. And there's quite a few Pokemon out there like Lapras, for example, that are weak to those fighting moves. And then I do have Muddy Water on for our Water Stab bonus here. Muddy Water obviously going to hit everything on the opposite side of the field, and it's going to have the chance of lowering accuracy. So that is fantastic. If you can get some accuracy drops on some Pokemon that are threats to your whole party, then you're really good to go. Now keep in mind though, Muddy Water does have a little bit of its own accuracy check because it's only 85, so just keep that in mind. So those are the two that we're going to go over today. Now there's a lot of different builds that you can add on to this Pokemon and a lot of different moves. It's not a simple Pokemon with a very limited move spread. There's a lot of different things you can do, so take your time, play with them a little bit. But I do want to remind everybody that there is a Gmax Blastoise and Venusaur that will be coming out soon. That is a thing. Now it won't be available in VGC in the current rankings right now. Just keep that in mind. But eventually, like the Charizard, it will be allowed. So that could be a game changer, especially if it's something like the Gmax Wildfire, I don't know, like Gmax Rapid Torrent or something, where it's doing water damage at the end of every turn. That would be cool. Now that's just speculation. I don't know what they're going to do, but keep in mind that it is coming and it could be crazy good and really make Blastoise a fantastic Pokemon. Better than he already is, and he's already pretty good. So just remember that. That's going to go ahead and conclude it for the Blastoise. Guys, if this video was helpful at all, please drop a like and subscribe. Otherwise, if you have a Blastoise and you want to share its build with me, I'd love to see it. Feel free to stop into the Twitch channel or come into the Discord. Maybe we can have a battle with it. I would totally love to do that. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out today, and I hope you take care, and I'll see you next time. Until then, later.